I'm gonna start my timer, stopwatch. Start, and okay, start with a copy of Invoice 2 and rename it Invoice 3. Okay, copy. Oh. Paste, rename Invoice 3. Okay, open the invoice file up, things there, and I'm gonna load my page. Localhost 8080, invoice 3. Right, everything looks good. Get the product data JS file from smartphone products 3. Okay, copy, paste, right, and delete the product data variables at the top of the file and replace it with that. And delete all the product data, and then go in, copy this and put it in the head of this document. Oops. Like that. I'm going to change this to products because that's what my other file is named. And then use the products array for the invoice. I'm just going to switch everything. I'm going to do a command find over here, and I'm gonna copy paste this and change this to name. I'm just gonna switch all of them like that, and then for the price I'm gonna use this one and do price instead. Alright, and then define an array quantities and then initialize it with some example product qualities. And then replace all quantity variables with this. Okay, so I'm going to do it at the very top. We'll go var quantities equals, I'll just put 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wrong brackets. And then I'm going to go down to all of my quantities and edit it. Copy this, paste, make this 1, 2, oh, excuse me, 3 and 4. Alright, gonna save that and everything in the table. Yep, so now it's using the data from the products data. This stuff will hopefully resolve itself as I keep going. Okay. Move the tax, shipping, and grand total calculations to just after the last product row is output. Okay, come up here. I'm gonna just gonna cut all of that, go down to the last product row and paste. That's messy, so I'm just gonna format my document really quick so everything's nice. Okay. Save that, and I'm gonna check that the table looks, yeah, now my shipping and everything else is there as well. Delete the extended price calculations and replace the subtotal with 0. Okay. At the top of the file, create a function with interbase void, copy the, okay. So up here, after my quantities array, I'm going to do function and copy and paste this. Copy, paste, this first array should not be here. Open the curlies, and it says copy the code that produces the first row in the invoice table. Alright, so I'm going to take the first row, copy, and paste it into here. Put this code in a loop for let I an array. Just going to copy and paste this. copy, delete the array, shouldn't be there, and put a second set of curlies in. Okay, add above the document right for the row let. Okay, copy this, picture this, paste it here, and use this where you output the extended price in the row. So instead of extended price 1, I'll just put extended price. And below the document right, add this code, copy, missed the E, copy that, and after this, just paste it in there, and be sure to change the extended price 1 with extended price. I did that, and change these. I need to make this I now instead of that. Delete all the invoice rows, and in its place call the function using quantities as the parameter. Okay, so I'm going to delete all of that. Here I'm just going to do generate item rows quantities. Check that the table displays. Save that. Something is wrong. I'm gonna save, reload. Okay, yeah, now it works. I just didn't save it properly. Add a conditional inside the loop for the function to continue if the product quantity is 0. This should skip out. Okay, so after inside this, I'm gonna put if product quantities array equals 0, then continue. And then this will just make, if any of these are 0, it just won't output that row. So I'm going to save and test it. Something's not working. Or, should be right, unless it's supposed to be after the extended price is outputted. If product quantity is 0, they should skip printing out the row. Okay, I'm just going to refer back to my old one just to see, because I missed the I in for product quantities array here, so it's not referring to the right thing. Save that, and now it skips the third row because it's a 0. Okay, moving on. Copy the function is not an egg in from the functions lab and use it to generate in that function to check that a quantity is valid before writing the table row. If a value is invalid, have it skip the calculation and printing the table row. Test that this function performs by putting in valid quantities. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my functions lab, get this whole thing, copy, go back to my invoice, and after all of this, I'll just copy it here. And then up here, I'll just add to this to say if this is not true, then product quantities array, remember to add the I this time, and then it should work. And then I'll just make this one a -4 instead. Save it, and it should skip that row as well. Yep, and that's what it did. Okay, And then rather than skipping printing item rows with bag quantities, modify what is printed to output the specific errors in the quantity table cell corresponding to that product. It should be styled like that. Okay, so since I don't want it to skip anymore, I'm gonna delete this part. And instead, after this, I will do a let's see, errors equals is non-neg int product quantities array true. Put that there so I can check, and it will output the error when it's needed. And then in my quantity, to make sure that works, I will go after this, I'll put a break and open up another string template, put errors join, and in quotes put another break and close my template. Now if I save that, it should, for the quantities that are 0 and -4, it should pop up the error. Okay, so it has the -4 for the negative value. I'm just going to put this back to be, I'll just make it a string to make sure that the errors are all working. Yeah, so it's not a number, not an integer. And then since the extended price calculations are messed up, I want to make it, I'm going to style the errors first. So in here, I'm just going to add, after the break, I'll just do font color equals red, close, and then after I will close the font. Wrong place. Save, and now that should be, now they're red. Okay, perfect. And when there's an error, the extended price should be set to 0 to avoid. Okay, so I will go and do, let's see, after this I'll do if product quantities array not product quantities array, I want to go for the error. So if errors dot length equals 0, then, so if there's no errors, then it'll print out the proper extended price. If not, extended price equals 0. So add the semicolon in here. Save. See if that works. It's not working. Inspect. Console says extended price is not defined. I'm gonna try and make this a var instead of a let. So it's global. Save that. Yep. And then now everything works. Right, so that's invoice 3.